This next video that we're going to cover is kind of a grip to set up a lot of different things. Jakob Rogers from Costa Rica is really making this grip really popular right now. He's done a heck of a job. He rolls with Chris Brennan a good bit. He's done a heck of a job advocating and reinventing this grip. Walt Bayless used to use it a lot in the 90s, so I don't want to take the credit for coming up with this grip, but I do like to use it a lot, and so I thought some of the people that are Train Fight Win fans might also get a lot out of it. Walt Bayless called it the Grapevine Grip, and Jakob Rogers calls it the Master Blaster. I don't care which way you call it. I've always known it as a grapevine. We could call it the arm lockdown. It doesn't matter. Virtually though, it's a way to lock in a lot of different sweeps or submissions without having to give up too much space on your opponent. So we're in our guard. One of the things that you'll find a lot in your guard is that you've fought your way to head and arm control or over-under. You'll find this a lot. You'll have one overhook, you'll either have one underhook, or you'll have his head. Okay? Head and arm control. This is a very, very common position. Now, what I want to do is I want to get a real good bite on this overhook. See how my hand is on his chest? I've got a real deep bite on this. Next thing I want to do, I want to take my wrist and grab his wrist and push it to his chest. There's a lot of different ways you can get this done. We're going to cover a couple different ones. And then once it's on his chest, I'm grabbing my own wrist. So literally, I'm holding his wrist, driving it to his chest. This is overhook, and I'm grabbing my own wrist. Now, I'm not just holding it here, I'm actually pushing into his chest. I want to think like I'm bench pressing him. So once I get it here, now I have really, really good control over him. Go ahead, Cole, try to get out. You can tell that it's not really that efficient of an escaping route for him, and I really don't have to tax myself too much to hold it here. So while I'm here, I have a lot of different options. I can start working up the triangle, and since I have his wrist here, and there's just not a whole lot he can do to stop that. You're not getting punched, but we want to cover a couple different ways to get to it, because obviously when you have one overhook and you grab this, he's not going to just let you pick it up and move it. So we have a couple of options. First is we're going to open up our guard. We're going to kind of make like a Kimura, but we're going to just try to grab our own wrist. So we're here, we're just driving right here. Now, when we're grabbed here, now I'm just going to take both of my hands and try to shove his hand back to his chest and go back to guard. Now I've got this grip. Now when he tries to escape, I just kind of hold on for a second. When he slows down, I start working my way up and over into a triangle, finishing it however you'd like to. This works also, keep in mind, if you're in an MMA bout and I'm hooking here, he's punching, we all know to do this, right? Well, and a lot of people, the Brazilians especially, like to get a real high guard when he goes to punch. They like to cover like this, knee to elbow, which is fine. We can use that when he goes to punch, we can use that to reach down and get a good control like this. All right? This is a good control, especially if he's got an MMA glove on. You'd be surprised how easily you can hold this. I can hold it here. Now, when it's time for me to grab this Master Blaster grip, I can just go here. Now, as I'm here, I'm pulling with this hand. I'm not just holding this hoping he'll leave it here. I'm really putting a lot of pressure on it. Now, when I'm ready to push it over to his chest, right there. Now, again, try to get out. You see that I have a lot of good control here, and I can start working up to the triangle or with different sweeps. That's your basic grip for, as Jakob Rogers calls it, the Master Blaster, or as Walt Bayless called it, the Grapevine Grip. That's a different way to utilize it and a couple ways to set it up. Now we're going to show some variations on how you can use it from different positions. Okay, we're in the half guard, and you know from a lot of our videos, we like to get the lockdown on the leg. When we get the lockdown on the leg, we like to go for double unders. And then we like to use that whip up and get them off to our side. A lot of times that is just not possible. A lot of times, if I've got Cole here and I've whipped up and he whizzers my arm or he pummels, especially if he pummels around the other way, now when we're here, he can shove me straight back down and I am flattened right back out. Okay, so we're here, he throws his weight back over me, I'm back flat again. Some guys, you just can't do it. So we're going to utilize the same grip, this Grapevine Grip. We're going to lock over right here, and now we're going to start working out to here. And now we have this Grapevine Grip again. Okay? Now, when we're here and he starts sitting up and he starts struggling with it, now we've got a good way to control him. While doing so, I can set a butterfly hook and go over. When I come here, I can use an elevator this way. So you have the butterfly one way, you have the elevator the other way, real simple sweeps. A note about the half guard. Jakob Rogers loves this setup, and it's a great one. We're here, we've got one overhook, but we can't get this to his chest. How do we get it there? Well, in half guard, when I start bringing this knee up through the middle, so when I'm bringing this knee through here, he's gonna feel that, and he doesn't want that. So when I'm here, and I start bringing this up, he'll put his hand on it and stop it. That's perfect. As soon as he does, take it, pop it straight to his chest, and then grab it. Again, just triangling my arms, holding his wrist to his chest, overhooking, holding my own wrist, gluing it to his chest. So we're here. Now, if you want, you can even sit out and go all the way back to any of your sweeps, an omoplata, a gogoplata. You have a lot of different setups that you can go for from here. But essentially, I really like the sweeps from here. We're here, we've glued it, we shrimp out, set a butterfly. You can now essentially butterfly either direction, or choose one, commit to it, you've still got this overhook, okay? That's a way to utilize this Master Blaster grip or the Grapevine Grip out of the half guard. Now we're going to look at a quick way to utilize it from the butterfly guard. In the butterfly guard, and we've kicked our opponent up, ideally, we would like to have both underhooks with our head down on his chest. Okay? This is an ideal butterfly guard, but it's not an ideal world. A lot of times it doesn't happen that way. A lot of times you will find that he'll flatten you out a little bit. You'll get one over, one under. Very common. In fact, a lot of times when you get here, it's still somewhat possible, and in fact, it's quite probable that you can get a sweep from here. But this way just adds a little bit more control to it. We covered in our aggressive guard series the way that you rocking chair and you sit up in the butterfly guard. Eddie Bravo calls this the cocoon, this position. The cocoon is a great place to set up this grip that we're talking about. All I'm doing is just sliding this down, and now, so you can see, holding it to his chest. By the way, it doesn't matter if your hand is down or up. This makes no difference. Holding it here, grabbing my own wrist, just like that. So we're in the cocoon. We're here, sliding down, gluing it. Now you've got all your same sweeps. I can use the overhook sweep, an elevator, or I can use this wrist trap, and I can butterfly sweep the other way, coming up into the mount position. That's a way that you can utilize the Master Blaster or the Grapevine Grip out of the butterfly position and set up a lot of your sweeps from there.